It's a huge honor to have Mr. A R Rahman with us here on BollywoodHungama. The music of his movie Partition 947 has just been launched, and the songs are traditional and wonderful. It's a pleasure having you back on BollywoodHungama, first of all.
Thank you.
And the predominant, I think, the tone of the music is traditional. Is it something that you enjoy personally as well?
No, in this movie, it had to be classic, and because we wanted to make it timeless in a way, because this movie is for everyone, the past, present, and the future.
Absolutely.
And there's something very important it says.
Right. Okay, and you're having Hariharan Saab as well, who has sung, I think, one important song. What is that?
Shahryar and Hariharan.
Yeah, Shreya and Hariharan. And I believe the history of that song is that apparently when you recorded that melody, first of all, Gorinda ji had recorded on a mobile, and she reminded after a few days, few months, that she had recorded that, and that's how you got the main theme. Could you please just recollect that particular moment? Because for her, I spoke to her. She said that that melody was something that you got the emotion absolutely correctly.
Yeah, I think yes. When I saw the movie, we saw the movie together, and I went to the piano, and she had to leave. She had a flight in 2 hours, and so I just went to the piano and said, maybe something like this, and I started playing. And she's got this camera constantly. She keeps recording, and then she recorded that stuff. And I didn't have any recording of that, and we were trying different ideas, and she was listening to all the ideas and came back with this. Like, this is the first melody you composed. How about this? And then it had 2 of the themes of the movie in it.
Right. So, as you said, that it delves into a very important aspect of Indian history, that is partition, which many people lost lives, and the scars are still very evident. Gorinda ji was crying today. She cried in an interview as well a few days back. Now, when you're making music for a commercial film with song and dance, it is something else. But for something like this, where you're talking about sadness, you're talking about pain. How's the experience for you, sir? Something like this, because your music is extremely important. The background score is extremely important.
Yeah, I think in a way, this is an English film.
Right, sir.
It was, but it's about India, and it has something very, very important too. And there's a lot of things. There's the thriller element in the very end, and it's a love story, and it has geopolitics. So not to go, because our sensibilities are different, Indian sensibilities are different, and then Western sensibilities are different. So I had to find a balance between these two, and find something which is very true and honest to the movie, yet has a mix of both classical music, Western classical and Indian classical together.
Right. So you I think strongly believe in Sufism. Hansraji, I think, said some wonderful things today about that as well. Now, it talks about unity of all religions, of all people, and why love is, I think, is paramount. Partition, I think, is one of the biggest examples how just people just broke apart, and how they just killed each other mercilessly and like animals. Why do you think that? Why can't people follow love, which is something which is, I think, very commonsensical, instead of something which divides?
I think beyond all this, beyond our human minds, we are all normal people. I feel like we are normal people, and then we think what we read, we believe, and in a way, actually, this is what people believed for some years. Until I saw this movie, I didn't know about this fact, which Gorinda ji has revealed on this, and I thought this is a very, very important movie. Right. Even though it says partition and 1947, when you see the movie, you'll understand how important it is for us to know the truth.
Talking about the love part of it, I think you have this amazing capacity in terms of the way you have communicated through your music as well, the Sufism element. Why is it that people, we still see all across the world that how people talk about hate, and it doesn't make sense, because we've seen in the past how it just affects how people's lives have been lost. Why do you think that people do it in the first place?
It's convenient to find an energy to let out frustrations. But ultimately, we are all hardwired within ourselves to believe in love, and we all come back to it. That's a redemption, and it's a journey we take, all of us. Not that nobody is a saint, and because when we see personal tragedies happen, and we see our friends getting harmed, or a family gets harmed, so people change. Apathy comes in, and but ultimately, forgiving something is greater than an eye for an eye, and So in this, if you see the geopolitics of it, you'll understand that there's a larger truth, and we need to find the truth, and the truth will come about everything actually. And what's happening today, we see a part of truth what we see on media and newspaper, but there might be another truth.
Absolutely.
And or there might not be.
Right.
Who cares? But I believe in love, and through my art and through my services to humanity, I feel like my life will be made.
Right. So one of the most respectable aspects about you, personally for me, has been that, for music for you is not merely like competing and just coming out with one score after another. You've always come out with great scores. But what I personally feel that music is something that helps you evolve as a human being. Mm-hmm. Is it a correct assessment, sir? And that's very important for you.
It's very true. There's a mix of giving in it, giving love, generosity, science, and spirituality, all mixed. And that's why I love my job.
Right. Right. I recently spoke to Sridevi ji, and she said you've given music for Mom as well, and she said that she's extremely happy with the way the score has turned up, and she was extremely thankful. She's a person like you of very few words. Any thoughts on Mom and Sridevi ji?
I think every time I see people, they're saying what a great trailer, what great music, and what great acting Sridevi ji has done, and it's a great honor to be there. And then I'm very grateful for the kind words she's spoken about me and about working with me.
Right. So last question, you're having a show coming up in London, I think on July 9th, from what I understand. July 8th. And look, it's in O2 Arena. It's going to be like a big
Wembley.
show. Wembley. So looking forward to that, sir?
Yes. I'm going tonight, so catching the flight tonight.
Right, sir. And who all are performing with you, sir?
We have Neeti, Jonita, Hari, Charan, and then we have Javed Ali,
Right.
Benny Dayal, me, Ranjit Barot, and our whole band.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, sir. And so anything about your forthcoming projects, if you can please tell us something.
My forthcoming project is one of my movies, 99 songs which I've written and doing music. Our movie company, YM Movies.
Right,
Then La Masque is an English movie which I've directed on virtual reality. So we're working on this too.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, man. Lovely. Thanks a lot, sir.